Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu What Remained of Edith Finch. Wo wir uns
After
durch
Sam
Finch
died, my mom and
kleine
Edie
Sachen.
got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh nein, jetzt kommt Gregory. Gregor. Oh mein Gott, ist das gruselig, das Kind. Und Gus. Und Dawn. Oh nein.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Back time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
You could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us
Oh nein.
about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Scheiße, Alter, wir sind schuld, dass der Junge stirbt.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Oh nein. In der Badewanne ertrunken, weil die Mutter nicht dabei geblieben ist. Dabei weiß man doch, dass jedes Mal, wenn man ein Baby im Wasser hat oder so, sollte man nicht aus der Nähe weg. Gar nicht.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet. A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Super!
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go
Hi.
inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day.
Kleiner
Out there
Moment.
on the beach alone.
Ja, Leute, tut mir leid, ich konnte nicht auf Pause machen. Also Gas ist wegen dem Sturm ist er gestorben und ja. Alles nur, weil er eben halt weiter seinen Drachen steigen lassen wollte. Alles klar. Würde ich mal sagen, müssen wir da
My
wahrscheinlich
mom
hoch.
moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
So, würde ich mal sagen, hier ist wohl Dawn.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching
Warte mal.
English.
Nee, Dawn haben wir noch nicht. Warum dürfen wir ihre Geschichte denn nicht?
Lewis was born a year later.
Oder muss ich was anderes finden?
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back
Ah, okay.
and to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Okay.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Na ja, gut. Dann würde ich mal sagen. Und jetzt Miltons Geschichte.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Okay.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Ach da.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Weiß nicht, irgendwie.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Weiß ich nicht, jetzt muss ich mal gucken. Na da. So.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Gucken wir mal.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it.
Oh, okay.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Das ist ja voll realer.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole
Okay.
new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him.
Ja. Ich bin immer noch in der Aufnahme. Ja.
That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Alles klar.
were all in his
Aufnahme.
imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Tschüss. Oh.
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Okay. Die Situation ist gerade echt
It
scheiße.
became a game for
Eigentlich.
him.
Och nö, echt jetzt?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Wie soll
We
ich mich hier
started drifting away
konzentrieren?
from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Na klar, warum
Even
nicht?
as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Okay.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The Queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained
Ich hab
sound.
keinen Bock mehr.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Es tut mir leid, dass ich so
And then
ruhig
it
bin,
struck him
aber
that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
oh, endlich. Oh Mann, das ist echt eine lange Geschichte gewesen.
He began to forget the world we know.
Oh,
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
oh nö. Ah, jetzt spielen wir Louis, okay?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hä? Wo müssen wir hin? Müssen wir da hoch?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Mhm. Sagt er jetzt nicht, der hat sich,
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Alles klar, Leute. Den Rest hören wir uns dann in der nächsten Folge an, bevor die hier noch länger wird. Okay, bis dann. Ciao.